Hello friends, welcome to my channel eJava Learning. Today we'll discuss module 3, that is classes and objects in Java. Previously we have discussed what is object oriented programming and what are the fundamental properties of object oriented programming. Today we will continue the discussion in the context of Java, and we'll see there are some more fundamental concepts when we consider Java as an object oriented programming. So we have already discussed on polymorphism, inheritance, encapsulation and abstraction. There are few more properties, few more concepts in Java. Those are classes, objects, instance, method and message passing. So when you are going to be a Java programmer, you should be very clear about these concepts. So let's start. Okay, so we'll start with object. So what is an object? Anything that we see in our real time, real world, that is an object. We, the human being, an object. A chair, a table, any animal, all are considered as object. So in object-oriented programming perspective, it is a basic unit of object-oriented programming that represents the real-life entities. Friends, when we solve something with programming languages, we solve our real-life problems. So definitely, what we will deal with, that will be our real-time objects, real-life objects. That is why it is defined like this. It is a basic unit of object oriented programming that represents the real life entities. An object consists of state, behavior and identity. So what are these? State means that represents the attributes of an object. It also reflects the properties of an object. Let's consider an object dog. So a dog can breed, it has age, it has some color. So these are the state or attributes of that object dog. Let's consider us, we human being. We have some skin color, we have also age, we have some properties, particular properties. We walk, we sleep, we eat. So these are the state or attributes of human beings. So these are the attributes of the object human being. Now behavior. So every object has some behavior. It is represented by methods of an object. So I mentioned in my earlier session that in object oriented programming there are two fundamental things. One is parameter and another is function. So parameter are variables and function. So every object also consists of variable and function. So the behavior of an object is represented by methods or function. Like a dog has some behavior, it barks, it sleeps, it eats. So these are the behavior. And identity. Identity means every object should have some unique name. You have a name, I have a name. So with that name, we can interact with each other. Similarly, in Java language, every object has an identity. With that identity, one object can interact with other objects. Like suppose you have a parent class, class A, and you have inherited another class from class A, class B. Now we are calling some method of class A. Then how do we call it? We call it like this. I'm just showing you an example. Suppose class A has a method called sleep. Okay, and class B, it is inherited Or suppose it is not inherited, it is a class in the same package. So when we call this method sleep, how do we call it? A dot sleep. So here A is the identity of this class, first class, the parent class. Similarly, every object has some identity, that is the name of that object. If we consider the object as dog, then the name of the dog is the identity of that object. Now come to class. What is class? A class is a user-defined blueprint or prototype from which objects are created. Let's consider us, human beings. We have a gene. From our parents' gene, we inherited all the properties. Our gene is a prototype of us which defines how we will be developed, how we will take the properties. So similarly, a class is a user-defined blueprint or prototype from which objects are created. It represents the set of properties or methods that are common to all objects of one type. Like every human being has two hands, two legs, one nose, two eyes. I mean, the structure of a human being is almost same. Some properties are very common. So that is why we are human being and the gene is of the type of human being. Similarly, a dog has four legs, one tail. It has some particular features. So those features are inherited or created by using the gene of a dog. So a class is a user defined blueprint or prototype. Let's see, this I have mentioned about class dog. So from class dog, dog 1 and dog 2 can be created, and dog 1 and dog 2 will have some state or attributes and behaviors which are very common. Similarly, dog 3 and dog 4 also have some common features. So this is called class. Now in Java, how do we define class? We define class like this. Here I have given an example, public class dog. In my previous session I have mentioned about these modifiers, public, private, default and protected. So here I have mentioned public class dog. It has three variables: breed, age and color. So these are the attributes: breed, age and color. These are the attributes, and how we will define these attributes, that is mentioned using this variable type. The breed is a string variable type, age is int variable type because we define age with some numbers, color red or brown or whatever it is, we define that with a string, with a variable type of string. And this barking, hungry and sleeping, these are the behavior, these are the methods. So here I have just mentioned void, so it will not return any type. So void barking, void hungry, void sleeping. So this is a very basic type of class I have defined, where I have mentioned the attributes and the behavior or function of this class. Now, what is an instantiation of class? This is a terminology used, instantiation or instantiated. When an object of a class is created, the class is said to be instantiated. Like when some animal takes birth, we say that that animal has taken the birth. So that animal, that particular type of animal, it's a class. And the suppose it's a dog and a puppy has been created from here, so it has been instantiated. So an object of a class is created, the class is said to be instantiated. All the instances share the attributes and the behavior of the class. I have already explained it, but the values of those attributes, that is the state, are unique for each object. Similarly, in human being also we are very unique. Not two human beings are similar. Even our fingerprints are different because our genes are not same. Some attributes are very unique and different. A single class may have any number of instances, like any animal can breed any number of child. So single class also may have any number of instances. Now, variables is a basic concept that is related with class. So variables are nothing but some space that is allocated in the memory. Now how that space will be allocated, that is defined with different kinds of variables. So whenever we declare a variable, we occupy some space in the memory. So in Java, mainly three types of variables are used: local variables, instance variables, and class variables. Now what is local variables? These variables are defined inside the methods, constructors or blocks. I will explain what is constructor in the later section. So any variables that is defined inside the method is called local variable. The variable will be declared and initialized within the method, and the variable will be destroyed when the method has completed. So we can say the volatile, it is volatile in memory. It is directly related with the method. When the method is declared, the variable is declared and initialized, and when the method is completed, the variable will be destroyed automatically. Next comes instance variable. Instance variables are variables within a class but outside any method. These variables are initialized when the class is instantiated. Instance variables can be accessed from inside any method, constructor or blocks of that particular class. So here I have mentioned three variables: breed, age and color. So these are instance variable. Look, they are not inside any method. They are declared as a part of this class. Okay, so this takes some space in memory. Now class variable. Class variables are variables that is declared within class outside any method with the static keyword. When we declare any variable with static keyword, we take some permanent place in the memory. So till the class is there, the memory is that variable is will be available in the memory, and we can call that variable anytime till the class is there. So this is called class variable. Now come to the concept of constructor. Constructor is a very basic concept. Whenever any class, we define any class, that class has a constructor. It's a method that defines how the object will be created. If we do not explicitly write a constructor for a class, then Java compiler builds a default constructor for that class. Each time a new object is created, at least one constructor will be invoked. The main rule of constructor is that they should have the same name as the class. A class can have more than one constructor. So here I have given one example. Puppy is a class, public class puppy. Here puppy, public puppy is a constructor, and public puppy string name, this is another constructor. This constructor has some parameter, this constructor doesn't have any parameter. So whenever the object will be created, the puppy will be created as a generic object, and this puppy will provide some name of this puppy. So when this object will be created, it will have some name. So these are the two different objects, and the difference between this is one has parameter, one doesn't have parameter. So a class can have more than one constructor, and one class cannot have any constructor if we don't define any constructor, then compiler will create the constructor when the class is instantiated. Okay. So another important note here is Java also supports singleton classes, where you would be able to create only one instance of a class, not multiple instance. So then the singleton, this particular modifier is used. We mention this class as singleton class, this, and we then declare all the other things. So singleton classes is another concept in Java. So today up to this, and so today we have covered classes and objects and instance method also I have covered. Next day we will cover message passing. So I think you are pretty much now clear about object, class, how we can declare a class, what are the variables in a class, what is a constructor, and how we can define the constructors and singleton constructor. I hope the session will help you to understand some concepts. So today up to this, I'll join in the next session and I'll explain the remaining concepts. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel to watch more, to learn more. Thank you very much. Bye.